And we're back again with another fancy wand making video. This one is going to be something that I don't normally do because I'm going to put a wire wrap on this handle. Um, this is a Purple Heart and cherry wood wand. And what I've done ahead of time to put these two woods together, I did put a tenon on the cherry and drilled a hole in the Purple Heart. So there's actually about an inch of cherry wood that goes up inside of the Purple Heart. And that's going to make a better connection there. And the reason I do that is because for this design, I wanted to get pretty thin at that connection, and I wanted to make sure that it had a really solid connection. So a little bit different. It's more. This one's a lot more time consuming to do, um, but for this one, it really required it. And I really wanted to do. I've been kind of on fire with these fancy ones lately. Just enjoying doing some really more creative work. So, anyways, I've got this broken down into the round. Yeah, we're just working the blade of the wand down as we usually do. Getting that down to about the size of a fine point Sharpie so that that will fit. This will fit in my wand holsters. And once we get that down to size, we can actually get to shaping the uh, the grip and the handle of the wand, and that's going to be the pommel, the grip, and the quillions, which for a wand is really more of a transition between the grip and the blade. So I'll get this all marked out generally to the size that I want my different parts to be. And once I have that marked out, we'll get into the shaping of the wand here, and we're going to put a tenon on the back of this so that I can keep it nice and centered and supported while I work it. And then we'll start shaping the handle itself. Now for this wire wrap, I wanted um, kind of a smooth oval transition for that grip. It's going to allow me to do a twisted brass wire on that, and it's going to spiral up the handle. So I have to keep that in mind when I'm doing the shaping of the grip of the wand. And I'm just gonna. I actually kind of have a general idea of where I want to go with this, but still kind of have to see how the wood feels and you know what it's doing and see how much of that design that's in your head to work into this and make any changes that are appropriate at the time. So I know I do. I decided I wanted to do a uh, ebonizing solution on this as well because I really been liking how that turns the certain woods very dark. And if you haven't watched my other videos, ebonizing solution is just as a mixture of vinegar and steel wool that you let sit for several days, and the steel wool dissolves, and that allows that liquid, once you filter and drain that off, when you put that on a wood that has a lot of tannin in it. Oak works very well. I found Jatoba works pretty good, and the Purple Heart also. And when you put that solution on there, it really darkens the wood, and it's almost black with if it's got a lot of tannin in it. And the Purple Heart works really nicely. I am going to do some on the cherry, and it doesn't turn it quite as dark, but you'll see how that works out. Um, so putting in my friction burn here just to kind of designate the different sections of the wand, and that's going to help me when I put that ebonizing solution on there as well to keep it from bleeding up into parts of the wand that I don't want, because I'm kind of severing the fibers of the wood grain with that friction burn. But in order to get that wire wrap handle on here, we have to do a wood burning design first, because we're going to burn the lines into the wood so that it's recessed, that I have a groove to put the wire down into. So it's a lot like doing, you know, when I do the pyrography on the wands, and it looks good just as it is with the wood burning. But that dark black line is really also going to help set off that brass wire when I set that in. So I've got my spiral all marked out. and I'm just burning that in. This is also really quite time consuming to do, and I've edited a lot of the sanding and repetitive stuff out for you, so we can try to keep these videos a little bit shorter. So people seem to like a shorter video. So once I have that in, I've got to clean up all the char out, and then sand off those lines and do a little buffing. You can see I'm kind of testing that wire. Now, what I did off camera that I didn't catch here for some reason is I drilled a small hole at the top and bottom of each one of these wood burned lines, and I am taking this twisted wire and putting it down inside the hole with cyanoacrylate or CA glue, and that's going to hold that wire in there while I wrap it around and get it measured and cut to put into the other end. And this is, I really like the look of this. This is just 2 strands of brass wire because, hey, gold is really, really expensive, and yeah, we're not going to put several $100s worth of gold on here. But the brass wire itself is just a twisted pair of wires, and once I have those twisted, I just have a long strand of it that I have, and I'll wrap that into the handle. And because it's so time consuming to do, I don't do it terribly often. I have done it a couple times, but I thought I would catch this one on camera. So now I'm using a thin CA glue, and what I'm doing is just dropping it down on the wire, and what that's going to do is going to run the length of the wire where it's wood burned and really make sure that I've got a good connection there. The yellow bottle is a CA glue, but it's a thicker, more gel that is going to go in and kind of fill that hole in and really get hard and grip that tip of that wire and keep it from popping out. So, and then I've done that. There's 4 different wires on this. I'm just trying to keep that wire as tight as I can down into the groove, that wood burned groove. And then I found using like my little burnishing block to kind of press it down into there, and then add a few drops of CA glue on the wire while I'm working it. Once it's in position, that helps me hold it in place while I get the tip cut there, and stretch it and make sure that it's nice and tight. And because you definitely don't want any slack in that wire, because if there's any slack in there and it pops up out of the groove, then eventually that will come unwrapped, and you definitely don't want that. So keeping that all pressed down in there, and everything looks good. So we'll go in and we'll put our glue on there to hold it and a little accelerator to dry it. And then now we're gonna do a light sand on this, and we're gonna polish this up. We'll go with a little bit of sandpaper and then steel wool, and that steel wool is going to really smooth and polish and get a nice shine on that brass. You can see it's already got a shine to it. And we have to brush out all the little particles. It's really important to get this really clean. And I'm using a denatured alcohol here to make sure that I've got all my little particles and stuff out or from around that wire. And the reason I do that is to protect if it was gold, I would not have to do this, but being brass is going to tarnish over time, especially if you're handling it. And so I have a specialty lacquer that is made for musical instruments to keep the shine on there. And I am going to coat this handle, just the handle itself, in the lacquer. And it's very thin. It goes on, it still retains the wood grain and stuff, so that you see that nice. But you'll see the finished product here. It'll have a little bit of a shine to it. So now I'm going in with the ebonizing solution just on the pommel and that one bead right there on the cross guard, and then a little bit onto the shaft of the cherry. My idea on that cherry was to get it dark right where it meets the Purple Heart, and then to kind of fade it towards the tip. So what I'll do is I'll darken it here, and you can see that Purple Heart turns really dark. The cherry does turn kind of dark, but it doesn't have nearly as much tannin, so it doesn't darken nearly as much, as you can see. So now I kind of sanded that back so that it just kind of fades from a darkened area. Kind of gives it a nice look there. And I'm just finishing that after I've lacquered the handle, then of course the blade of the wand, I'm just finishing that in boiled linseed oil and wax. I like that better for the wood finish. But you can see even the lacquered area still really retains all the wood grain and texture and everything there. It's all nice and smooth, but that's going to keep those brass wires nice and shiny. And here's a final photo of this. That really happy with how that turned out. The wire wrap looks really nice. I might have to do some more of these. If I wish I could do them a little bit faster so it didn't add so much cost to the wands themselves. But I really do enjoy making these special editions, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching me make it. So if you did, make sure and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And we'll try to get some more wand videos, maybe some leatherworking videos here in the near future. And thanks for watching.